I do believe in second opportunities, and if you watch my latest video where I'm testing the hottest, the newest luxury beauty releases, then you know that I wasn't blown away by the new Gucci highlighters. But to the benefit of the doubt, on such video, I was testing so many new products, including the new Huda Beauty foundation. And I don't think that foundation is quite right for me. And on such video, I mentioned it that I was gonna come back and create a full-on review on the new Gucci highlighters. And that's what we're here for. That's why you see me with just foundation, concealer, a little bit of bronzer, not on my face, I mean, not on the perimeters of my face, but just on my eyelids, mascara, lip liner, a little bit of lipstick, all those details, and the details of these Gucci highlighters will be on the description box below, along with the links for your convenience. And one other motivation why I wanted to do this review for the Gucci highlighters is because I have had the best experience with Gucci. And by the way, this video is not sponsored by Gucci, and these products, I bought them myself, but I noticed that on Sephora's website, the reviews are all like pretty much stellar, but when you go to check if they are verified purchases, none of them are verified purchases. Every single review, at least by the time that I'm recording this video, all the people that are leaving reviews are people that have received the Gucci highlighters as part of PR. I'm not saying that they are lying because it's part of PR or it was, just for testing and whatnot. I'm not saying that because I do receive PR as well, but I have been consistently reviewing makeup for the past 5 years and using makeup for decades that I'm not gonna be easily persuaded, and if I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you. Now, these Gucci highlighters, they come in 5 different shades. As you can tell, I pick up 4 of the 5 shades. Each of them costs $59, almost $60, but it comes with a good amount of product, 10 grams of product made in Italy. What about if we open them up, start swatching them? The compacts are so on brand with that old Hollywood style. And here it is the shade Frosted Lilac 02. Perhaps the one that is getting the most attention. Look at this. I mean, like, this is throwback highlighters of what, 2008? This is beaming. Now, be reminded, these are multi-use powders. Oh my gosh. Just to see that is like, wow, look at this. Sonia G Mini Cheek, and I do have an unset foundation. Let's go for it. It's beaming. I'm going lightly and I'm not even pressing hard. It's so beaming. Look at this. I mean, are you kidding me? I can tell you though that with an unset foundation and in a specific this type of, it's not glowy foundation, but it's more of like a natural skin tint. I'm using the one from Hourglass. The highlighter is going a lot smoother. It's not having the same issues that it was having with the Huda Beauty foundation where I felt like it was skipping. But this is very strong highlighter. This is nothing for the faint of heart. And in terms of how lilac it looks, it doesn't look too lilac-y. I'm gonna go back to this, but with an eyeshadow brush from Sonia G Builder. And I'm just gonna take some and I'm going to apply it on my eyelid. And this is what I said on my first impressions. This can be definitely used as an eyeshadow. I'm building it up with my finger. Next, Sunrise Gold 01. And this shade has a flip where on one side it turns a little bit pink and whitish ivory in tone. BK Beauty 112 brush. Now, you're gonna be like, so what happened there? The brush is not picking up enough. I think it can pick up more the difference between brushes, and that is the same reason why it's so important to know about your brushes. This brush has natural hair bristles, while this brush has synthetic bristles. Let's just take a little bit more right there. You see, it doesn't pick up enough. Let's just keep going. Okay, now I pick up a lot more. This shade is a lot more subdued. and it's melting on the skin. You can barely see a little bit of that pinky undertone. The mirror is a really good mirror, let me tell you that too. Okay, gonna go for a little bit more. And by the way, if you're new here to my channel, I film in natural light in 4K resolution. I just have windows all over. So this demo is as close as you will get if you were looking at the product in person. This is very natural, while this one here is just a little too much. Shade Opal Pink. It looks so deep. But wait and see. When I swatch it, oh, so creamy. Look at that. It looks incredible. Sonia G Detail Brush. And this is again a natural hair bristle brush. Let's go for it. Okay, this shade is so beautiful. Now, if you build it, it's just gonna go a little too intense. At first, it reminds me a lot to the Westman Atelier Peau de Pêche highlighter at first pass. But if you keep building it, it's just gonna be so beaming. Now, I do not have any blush at the moment, so I'm gonna go with blush kind of like over top and see how it goes. But look at that. Oh my gosh, this again, throw me back to 2008. Wow. Now, it's still grabbing, not the foundation, but just it's not spreading so well. So I highly suggest to go with your finger or with a sponge. We will try the sponge on the other side. Shade 03 Warm Gold. And yes, this does have that golden undertone. Super, super creamy. Now going with a synthetic brush. This is from Morphe and Ariel collaboration A14. There's some product right there. Is depositing very little amount. Just gonna swirl it more and more and more and more. Okay, now we're talking. Lots of pigmentation and payoff. I'm going with my beauty sponge, is slightly damp. I'm just gonna dig into this and see how this goes. Okay, that gives more of a airbrush kind of finish. A lot better with a sponge. I went ahead and applied blush and bronzer from the new Hourglass Evil Eye Face Palette. If you haven't caught up just yet, I review all of the 3 palettes. Love all of them for all different reasons. But anyhow, I just applied, like I said, the blush, the bronzer, well, 2 blushes. This one, and then this bronzer here. Now let's go back to the Opal Pink highlighter from Gucci. And I'm using a Sonia G Builder brush. And I'm gonna take this absolutely stunning shade and applying it on the outer third of my eyelid. Oh my gosh, stunning. Incredible, to say the least. Going into Warm Gold, and I'm using a Refer 03 brush. I'm gonna take it on my inner corner, whatever is remaining on my brow bone, finishing off with Charlotte Tilbury liquid eyeliner in the brown shade. Warm Gold again. Just gonna take it on the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. I'm gonna be on the Cupid's bow. Now going with Opal Pink, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna spread it on my finger, and I'm just gonna apply it with my finger on top of the makeup. I like that a lot better. I think the brush application could be a little bit tricky if you have, I mean, human skin. Hello, I do have texture, not a ton, but still have texture, and I like when my makeup product looks seamless. Although I can still buff it and do so, I don't need to use installing my finger, but I think this is my preferred method of application. Now I can tell you that I'm happy with the Gucci highlighters. Now I'm excited. I think it all had to do that a completely wrong foundation for this type of highlighter. And another important factor is the method of application, whether you use a synthetic brush or a natural hair bristle brush, or use your fingers or use a sponge. Now, this formula is very unique, very interesting. At the beginning, I was thinking, this kind of reminds me a little bit to the Valentino powders, the blush, the highlighters, the setting powders. All of the powders from Valentino, they are the same formulation. They just have different pigments. Okay, so don't get confused. Even the bronzer is all the same formula, but this is way different. This is very, very unique. It does have a little bit of this putty-like. Do you see how I can press and it doesn't crumble? You can actually repress it and it goes just fine. But as you can tell, the name says it. This is a multi-use type of product. This is not only a highlighter, and depending on the method and the tools that you use, you're gonna get a different outcome. Whether it's a beaming highlighter, whether it's something more subtle, something a lot more elegant, or pack it up on your eyelids for a beautiful eyeshadow. One thing that I have to tell you is that when you smooth it out, whether it is with a brush or with your finger, when it's smooth, it doesn't grab on texture. It doesn't crease on the folds of the eyelids or on the crevices or on the fine lines that we have. And one thing though that I noticed on my first impressions is that it lasted for hours and hours on it. It wasn't like disappearing with the rest of my makeup. Something that I was like, oh, okay, this is good. Now I feel more happy, more relief that I was able also to show you this demo application so that way you are aware of how to use it. Now let's put some on the shoulders. BK Beauty 110 brush, and this is a synthetic brush. Let's see how it goes. Can you see it there? Oh yeah, I can see it. And you see it's very tame. Very, very tame. Let's apply it with the finger. Look at that. You can build it. And because it's not a powder formula, it's pretty much a cream formulation. You see, like, look. Let's try it with a natural hair bristle brush. This is from Sonia G and her new collection TF2 brush. You see, it deposits more product. Not too much though, but look at that. That's so pretty. Goodness me. Let's go for the collarbone. Ooh, there you go. Do you see that? That's so pretty. That's gorgeous. And what an exquisite formulation. Now, out of all the shades, which one is my favorite one? The one that I'm grabbing right now, this 04 Opal Pink. This is that shade. It's not too dark. It's not giving me a cast. Did I say that the mirror is so good? It's really good. It's looking just glorious to say the least. My second favorite will be warm gold. It's not super warm. It's more like a champagne tone. I think these two are like magic. And if you have fair complexion, sunrise gold could be the one for you. It does have a slight hint of pink that you can barely see it. Also, the frosted lilac could be really nice on you. Now, frosted lilac could look really good too on someone that has a tan, a deeper skin tone, just to see the lilac undertone, because on my skin, no, you cannot even perceive a tiny bit of it. And then there's a deeper shade that I'm sure it will be like, oh, like melted bronze for all of you, my friends that are tan and deep complexions. And since I have mentioned it, the Westman Atelier Super Loaded Tinted Highlighter, you may be wondering, are they the same formulation? Well, not exactly the same. They are kind of alike, but the ones from Westman Atelier are more cream-like. They have a true patty-like kind of formula. These ones are just very intriguing, very, very interesting. Just a great formulation nonetheless, but they are not identical to the ones from Westman Atelier, if you're wondering, but close to it. Perhaps the closest that can get to that formula. And the ones from Westman Atelier, I don't find any glitter, say, on my Peau de Rose or the Pot de Soleil, but I know some people say that there's some glitter in it. I haven't seen it. This one doesn't have any glitter, so if you want something I like to add and that doesn't have any particles of glitter, like visible particles of glitter, you may want to consider these ones by Gucci. Just saying. I told you I do believe in second opportunities, and now I would love to hear from you. Are you excited about these new Gucci highlighters? Or perhaps you already tested? Share your thoughts, experience, and opinions on the comment section down below while you're at it. And if you haven't done so yet, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. If this video serves you of any help, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with family and friends, beauty lovers like us. And if you're on TikTok and Instagram, I really want to grow my family on those platforms too, so come and follow me there. And if you're not done watching my content, well, guess what? I have a couple other videos at the end of the screen that I'm sure you're gonna love. Until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day.